Behind me, that's what it is. Back up. The blue man at the statue.
Big shot is there! Big shot is there!
I'm gonna throw up. I'm lightheaded.
Kenny coming through with what might be the play of the game. JR holding a different angle. You just witnessed one of the best hardpoint maps in Call of Duty competitive history. Let's go!
Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you guys having a fantastic holiday weekend, or I guess long weekend. I don't know.
Well, I guess it depends on what people have off.
Do most people have I think most people usually get the 24th to New Year's Day off, right?
I think it depends on what you do for work, because I know if you work anywhere in retail, you probably work in Boxing Day.
Yeah, you almost have to, just because that's when you're making your money.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it depends on when you work or what field your job is in. But if you're with a company that isn't, its focus isn't to just sell stuff, then you probably get at least a week.
Yeah, and corporate wise, at least in the industrial sector, it's you, unless you're on a site that shuts down early, it's typically from the 24th to New Year's Day, and then you go back to work on the 2nd.
Yeah.
For myself, I got off on the 19th, but I actually had to take days off. So
yes, because you're going through the move, and
yeah.
I guess before we even go farther, you people, dude, I'm Trump already. You people are experiencing the new, or right now, the temporary adapted setup of the podcast.
Yeah, welcome to a very modified version of the podcast. We're still waiting.
We are not in the same place.
We are no longer on the same place. Yes, you are an hour ahead of me. I'm always an hour delayed now.
Which is not a terrible thing.
No. I kind of like it because, in a way, when I do streams and stuff, you guys will go to bed sooner than I, which still gives me an extra hour to edit at the end of the day. So I do like that. But then at the same time, you guys are online for an hour before I hop in, and I'm not able to play as long with you guys.
I'm already warmed up, ready to sweat.
That is true. You're at least warmed up. I still have to get a couple rounds in before I'm warmed up. But yeah, so right now this podcast is being recorded over PlayStation Party.
We've gone back a few years, probably.
I would say a few years, yeah.
Yeah, at least.
But I did test it out, and we do sound okay. I know you kind of sound like you're talking through Skype, which any person familiar with a podcast where they're talking to a guest over Skype shouldn't have any problems with it. You sound fine. I'm gonna still sound okay because I'm using my actual microphone here. But I think in the future, at least in the next couple episodes, once you get your
mic set up,
your desk set up, you'll be able to sound better. We'll be able to actually talk over Skype and both sound super clear. But right now, you sound totally fine. I sound totally fine.
It sounds like I'm talking through an Astro headset.
Exactly. It sounds like you're talking through an Astro
headset.
But hey, man, at least you got to give credit to Astro. At least you still sound very clear.
Oh, Astro and Turtle Beach, best headsets in the game, dude.
But yeah, so how have your holidays been, dude? Did you get any good gifts? Anything you were looking forward to?
Absolutely. As you know, the people on the podcast don't, but as you know, the basement was super cold in the new house where I'm set up. And for Christmas, I got not one heater, but 2 heaters to warm my basement.
So what is it, 2 floor heaters or?
So I have one that's 3 feet tall. That's the oscillating, fucking back and forth.
Oh damn!
Air pusher one, and then I got this little one that I put on this ottoman underneath my desk, so it blows hot air on my hands while I play.
on your hands.
It's right between my legs, so when I put my hands down, I lean forward, like the heater's like blowing the hot air on my hands.
Oh,
I don't use that
I
one
get what
as
you're saying.
much
I thought you just had it
unless
like
gets
directly on
cold.
your hands. I'm like, what's wrong?
Yeah. Just balancing it on my arms while I play.
Yeah, like I thought it was like, you know, like ceiling mounted and it just blows hot air directly on your hands so your hands stay warm.
Oh,
Like,
no.
I might have to call you over being an addict if that was the case.
No, it's under me. But
Yeah.
I really only need that one when it gets cold because, you know, gamer problems. I'm sure all the gamers listening know. Cold hands never feels good.
No,
When you're trying to play
and unfortunately, most people. Do you think most people now still play like in their basement, like they have their setup in the basement?
I don't know. I think most people have it, unless you own your own or like live at your own place. You probably have it in your bedroom. At least I would assume.
Yeah, I don't know. Like we had a guy on the stream yesterday, and he had his set up in the living room. Now I don't know.
Yeah,
how
but that's.
I don't know how
I think
common
that-
that is anymore.
I think that's probably more because the console, like, it's like the family's console. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like they probably
They
use
put
it
the
as like a
PlayStation in the
DVD
living room
player
or
or
whatever.
a Blu-ray player.
or just whatever. Like, you know, his parents might like to play the occasional game. Whereas, you know, like, my dad watches me play for like a minute, and he's like, "I feel sick." I'm like, "What?"
Well, yeah, definitely. I would say anybody not familiar with video games watching Call of Duty being so fast paced, yeah, that might make someone throw up. Unless you're like actually paying attention, I think just watching it from a distance, it's like, what are you doing? Especially
Especially if you don't understand.
I'll be honest, especially with your kill cam or with your camera angle, Trent. I've watched you play sometimes. Like I've watched you play Blackout last year or earlier this year, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, you
boy never
sometimes
stopped
would make me
spinning, dude.
puke. Yeah, when you were dodging bullets, you would spin
Oh,
around so
yeah, the
fast you'd make me
zigzag.
puke. Sometimes I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, it's probably even worse now, dude. Just up the sensitivity in Modern Warfare to 13.
Oh yeah, that's been very funny to watch you just from like just watching your character, because I know in your game you just see your camera angle spinning 360, but watching your character just randomly spin for
Oh,
no
dude, it's
reason.
so much fun. Every set of stairs I jump down, I just have to bust out a 360.
Yeah, so why did you do the 13 sensitivity? Just for sniping?
Yeah, it started out of me just wanting to be like faster with sniping, just in general, whether I'm like quick scoping or hard scoping or whatever.
Yeah.
And I know back in the day I used to play on higher sensitivities because I used to snipe a lot more. But then I became more involved in the competitive side. So I didn't need, didn't need's the wrong word, but you don't need to up your sensitivity to snipe that much because you're not really going for clips. You're more just playing picks. So like it's more important to just hit the shot as opposed to make it look nice.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
And yeah, so you know, I kind of wanted to see if now in my old age, I could still hang with the kids with the fast stuff. And I feel pretty good about it. I don't think I'm horrible. My aim's definitely not as good.
I don't think your performance has declined at all from going to 13 sensitivity.
I think it has only in the sense that now, if there's one guy left, I'm spinning in a bunch of circles and trying to kill him.
Yeah, I would say the only time you're getting killed is because you're on the 13 sensitivity, you feel more inclined to like get clips. So yeah, you're basically hopping, jumping 360s, trying to hit the guy with a no scope, and he's just standing there just gunning you down.
What is this idiot doing?
To be honest, like I think I'd be more insulted if a guy was just trying to get 360 no scopes on me, because I'd be like, he thinks I'm trash, so he's going for the clip.
Yeah, but you know, then you're into the sweaties, and then I pull out a real gun on 13 sensitivity and still do work.
Well, yeah. Well, like yesterday, it was like the story of those two guys. Well, we had Team Drake and we had Team Lucifer yesterday on the stream, and yeah,
yeah.
Team
Boy
Drake
Drake.
was first team all sweats,
Yep.
and then we're like, okay, well, we're not gonna fool around. I think first match we kind of just did is what we did, whatever, and we ended up losing, and then we matched them up again, and then Chent's like, I'm pulling an M4.
Yeah.
And I'm like, uh-oh.
Like the M4's coming out, unless I need to get super sweaty, then I'll pull out the MP5.
Yeah, and then we beat them the second time, and then Team Lucifer, they were the annoying kids with riot shields and RPGs, and you only could do what you can with them.
Yeah, you can only take it so far.
Yeah, we did okay with them in Crash because you and I went riot shield bald boys. We just busted into A. But when we played them,
and shit.
when we played them in Azure Cave is already annoying enough of a map. But then to have people with riot shields and RPGs as well, it just gives you a headache, especially when you're on offense.
I feel like that's most of the maps, dude. Honestly.
Is that offense is a hell of a lot harder than defense?
There's just certain maps where like one side is so much better or easier, and I mean like that's always a thing, but at the same time, dude, it's also going back to one of the biggest complaints with the game is how terrible the maps are. And,
yeah,
like really, there's just not a lot of balance when it comes to certain things.
Yeah, we're gonna get to I complaining about the game in just a second. I just wanted to point out a really funny gift that I got during.
I was just gonna ask you, but you kept pressing me on the Call of Duty stuff.
Yeah, no worries. I'm gonna go through this and then we'll go through some of the more recent news that came up here. But yeah, during Christmas, I think I might have gotten the funniest gift ever.
Be the best gift I've ever seen, personalized ever.
Yeah, a very extremely personal gift, but people who are fans of the podcast will know what I'm talking about here. So people know very well that I'm not good with words.
You don't say.
Yeah, I don't. I can't believe you're already laughing in the background. I haven't even told the story yet. But yeah, so one of my classic words that I can't seem to ever say right is remember, or as I like to say it.
Let's go.
Or as I like to
you got it, dude.
Or as I like to say, remember. And I told my family about it, and of course tried to shame them, but then they just make fun of me for it. And my sister really put the nail in the coffin and gave me a keychain that says always remember, and she's like, oh, you can put it on your keys whenever you lose them. I'm like, oh my god, you son of a bitch.
The best part is, dude, if anybody finds your keys and like they'll be like, is there any like keychains or distinguishing things on the thing? Like, yeah, actually there's an always remember.
Yeah, there's always a remember.
Those are mine.
Yeah, it's got the remember spelt wrong. Oh yeah, those keys. Yeah. I've seen them.
Yeah. That is when you sent me that, I almost died. I was like, your sister gets it, dude. She gets it.
Oh, that was hilarious. I'm like, I got my ass. She got me. I don't know what to say. She got me.
She got you.
Yeah.
Please tell me you're using the keychain.
Oh yeah, the keys are on. The keychain is on my keys. I'll take a photo and put it up on the video portion so people can see. And you know
Twitter.
what? I should tweet it. I should tweet it out too, just so people can see it, because it is very funny. I think I put it in
amazing.
I think I put it in my stories on Instagram, but I'll make an actual post because it deserves it. It's hilarious.
It is like 10 out of 10 gifts don't get better.
I think it's a good summary of what 2019 was for me. Just constant misspeaking.
I don't think it would be bad if I didn't point it out every single time, dude.
You know what? I mean, at first I was annoyed by it, but then I'm like, yeah, you know, we all make fun of each other all the time, and if the only bit they can get of me is me not being able to speak, I'm okay with that.
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
yeah.
Something's gonna come up always, and if it's gonna drive you crazy, man, like, you know, it's gonna drive you crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's better to embrace it than to just
exactly
try to ignore it or get mad about it, because then
That's what I wanted to say, but I've been hanging out with you too much, and now I can't speak English either.
and that might be part of my plan too, is just continue to misspeak so badly that I force your guys' language to change, and you end up speaking terrible as well.
It's come to the point where I'll be talking to, like, in the party chat with some of the fellas, and I'll start attempting to speak a sentence,
Yeah.
and I completely jumble it up. No information that I wanted to get out gets out, and I just stop talking. I just shut my face down. I go, nope.
You just give up.
And then everybody's like, you gonna finish what you're saying? I'm like, no.
No.
Obviously, I didn't need to get it out there that bad because brain couldn't say it.
Oh, awesome, man. But yeah, speaking of people who like to speak their mind, do we want to transition to some of the recent news?
Sure.
So we take your pick, but basically
My boy Dougie.
Yeah, Dougie. Good old
Doug Censor Martin, dude.
Good old Doug Censor Martin. I joked about him. I joked about him being bipolar, but now he really knows how to show that. Because
he is one of the best personalities in the game. I don't care what people say, dude.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I just love how he keeps like changing his perspective on the game. And
yeah.
Now he's going from being okay with it to getting upset again and even threatening to quit or retire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that is 100% a joke. There's no way he's going to retire when he's signed to a pro team, but...
Yeah, I mean, I think, to be honest, that might just be the news adding flair, because I don't know if he said retire.
Yeah, he tweeted out, he said, I'm officially retiring from Call of Duty, and then tweeted out the clip of him trying to play Shipment where he joined in late on the hard point.
Okay, but like,
yeah.
come on, Censor. One, it's Shipment. Shipment has always been chaotic, even in the previous Modern Warfare.
Did you watch the clip?
No, is it? That's on his Twitter, right?
You should watch the clip, because he's not actually mad.
Actually, I gotta go home first.
It's just funny, because, like, he spawns in, can't even move, and he's getting spawn killed. And he's just like, oh! And then he spawns in again, gets killed again. He's like, what? And he's just staring at his screen, watching himself die over and over and over. And he's just like, what the like, huh?
Okay, hold on, guys. Let me get this display capture for you.
It is so good.
Why won't it show anything? I don't know. Maybe I'll put it in post. It's not working right now. But yeah, so let me just watch this clip.
It's only like a 30-second clip, or what's a minute?
So he spawned in, get killed.
Like...
Spawned again, gets killed. Lives for 3 seconds, gets killed. He's just staring at his screen.
He's not even mad, dude. He's just like, what?
I see a very internalized Censor. Oh, he's smirking now. Oh my gosh, unreal. These guys are just sitting in the spawns. Oh, now he's talking. Now he's
the spawns
getting annoyed.
are completely broken.
Yeah, these guys are just sitting in the corners of the spawns and just chilling there, and he ends up just rotating. Oh, that's bad, dude. I would get mad at that. That's not fun. Holy shit, dude. He basically just kept going around a circle on the map and just getting spawn killed.
Yeah, so because that map is not designed to play 6v6, because the spawns are so limited, if you get them on enough of a spawn rotation, you can literally sit a person in each corner of the map, because that's the only places you spawn, and you can just shoot the minute people come up.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened there on the screen, that they were...
There's just one teammate in every single corner of the map, just shooting the spawns.
Dude. There was one guy had Juggernaut already.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I mean, it's only 15 kills.
Oh my god. That's so broken, dude. I don't know. Maybe they gotta take that out of rotation and maybe just throw it as like a gunfight map, because that...
It is a very fun gunfight map.
And they have it in gunfight actually?
Yes, they do.
Did you and I play it yet?
No, I did play it with the janitor.
Oh, okay.
And they added like a second floor element, which is cool.
Oh, okay.
Like you can climb on top of the crates, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. In gunfight, that'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, watching that, and especially in a game mode like Hardpoint, that might be rough.
Well, because the timer just ticks down like the whole time. So like you could just play a full 10-minute match without getting a single point of the hardpoint.
I don't even know if I'd want to play S&D on that map because Shoothouse is bad enough where people will just run and gun and not even play objective. That one you might as well not even play
shipment
objective.
Is not. Yeah, no, shipment S&D. You just play kills. There's no planting the bomb. Absolute zero planting the bomb. At least in Shoot House, dude, you know somebody's camping in the office, so you can plant the bomb.
Yeah.
There's always somebody in the office.
Yeah, no, that would be chaotic. I'm glad that hasn't fallen into our rotation yet, which makes me think that maybe they addressed it in terms of like taking it out of search and destroy, but
shipment.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know if they have the modes set up for the map.
Yeah, probably not.
To play pubs. I don't know. But, I mean, I would play it. Shipment S&D? I was always down for Shipment S&D.
I mean, it would just be pure chaos.
Oh, it'd just be shotguns, submachine guns, and, like, RPG riot shields on the floor.
Yeah. RPG riot shields on the floor. But, yeah, I mean, I guess if you know what you're getting into, then it's easier to deal with, right?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, you can't play that map and expect to play to be, you know, like if you're a good player, you can't expect to go into that map and dominate the same kind of way you're used to playing on like the bigger maps. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, in a way that kind of reminds me of dang it, I can't recall the name of the map right now. It was in Remastered. One that hasn't been released yet.
In like COD 4?
Yeah.
Kill House? Like the shooting range looking thing that looks like that gunfight map?
Might be. I'm blanking right now, but I was thinking about it, but then I had to turn down the TV, and then I lost my train of thought. But
yeah, I'm trying to help you, but you got to give me something.
I'm sorry. I completely had something in mind, and then I just lost my train of thought. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, I don't think he's going to retire. I just think he wanted to express the annoyance, and I would agree.
Oh no,
from watching that clip.
Dude. It's a bait title to get you to watch his clip.
Of course, yeah,
100%.
But it is pretty funny.
That clip is great.
I think it was funnier when he wasn't even talking, where he was just staring at the screen. And had like this.
It looked like he was trying so hard. He's not even playing the game. He's just spawning in and dying.
Oh my gosh.
Like, no, okay, I'll spawn up and I'll get him. Dies. Spawn up. I'll get him. Spawns up. Dies.
Oh my god, that's chaotic. All right. And then have
you tried the shoot the ship mode?
No, we don't play it, right? Because I just been playing with you guys and we play S&D. I haven't tried that mode yet. I did the 24/7 shoot house, but that was about it.
Oh, okay. Well, there's one called Shoot the Ship now, where it's both those maps, all the modes.
Oh, Shoot the Ship! I get it now. Yeah.
Yeah. So shipment and shoot house.
And it's just
all the modes.
And it's just like mosh pit.
Yeah. So it's like the hard point, kill confirmed, and domination, like whatever is in like the
whatever's in the rotation. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think S&D is in it because I think
it's typically hardpoint, headquarters, TDM, and domination.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm scared to go into those lobbies.
Oh no, and sometimes kill confirmed is in there.
I'm a little scared to go into those.
No, you go into those using every cheese gun you can, dude. You do not go in there thinking, "Oh, I'm just gonna use my CDL recognized MP5 and try to compete with these guys." No, that's not how it works. You go in there with a 7.25 sawed-off shotgun with C4 and a riot shield on your back, and you got bouncing betties, claymores, whatever you got to use. Actually, you know what's really good now is that what's thermite? that thermite? Yeah, the thermite grenade, like the flare knife. That thing, is really good.
Pretty sweet.
It's actually really good. when we were playing, actually when we were playing the Drake team, and
The Rad Shield boys.
Yeah, the Rad Shield boys. Bottom 3 or bottom A for people who are not familiar. Yeah, basically I would just stand on the bottom, wait for Rad Shield Ricky to come through the door, and I just threw the thermite at him, and I got a couple sticks on them, which was always very satisfying. Because you get like the plus 10, and then it says stuck, and I'm like, oh, wait for that 400 to pop up.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what they have on. Dude,
Yeah.
they get stuck.
But
It's like a throwing knife, but it has like a lasting effect. So even if you miss it, they can't really push through without getting weak.
yeah, they do take a little bit of damage. And then, oh my god, dude, how about when you and I were sitting in mid 3, and the guy comes in and shoots you, doesn't even see me in the other corner,
yeah.
and I'm just throwing thermites at him. Oh man, that's
He
gotta.
just went straight. I was like, does he not realize you're in that corner? And you're like, nope. And you're like walking behind him, just hitting him and shit.
Yeah, I was even hitting him with the riot shield too. Then I finally just shot him with a pistol. But yeah, that was funny. I'm gonna have to put that up. I gotta find it. But
That is a good clip. I like that. I was scared. I was laughing, but I was scared.
Yeah,
That guy, I've never had a guy try to kill me harder than that guy was trying to kill me.
yeah. I mean,
He must have been mad.
I think he realized he saw you and just realized he was just gonna, sacrifice himself and just rush you, and didn't seem to think there was another guy in there. Although there was thermites getting thrown at him, still committed.
And I'm just standing there,
committed to just killing you. Yeah, that clip was funny because I think you're even screaming, "Get him off! Get him off me!"
I think I was just saying get him. I don't know if I said get him off me, but
I don't know.
either way, dude, the clip is funny as shit.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on from our good friend Censor.
Shout
there
out Doug
was-
Censor Martin, a recurring
Shout out.
guest on the Random Nade Podcast.
Man, I would love him to be a guest. We're obviously too small right now, but if we ever could get to a point
that
where
would be fucking amazing.
that would be really funny. And he can come in here and be like, "You guys talk a lot of shit about me," and I'll be like, "Nah, this is not me, dude." Just go straight up deny.
Dude, I'd 1v1 him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we gotta release that secret clip of you calling people out.
Dude, I'm a 1v1 Censor for his subliner spot.
Oh shit! Got called out. Clip it.
Actually, no. F that.
Don't.
They have the ugliest emblem I've ever seen.
I wish they
I can't be associated with that.
I mean, there's still time. They haven't had a tournament yet.
There's not time.
When's the first event?
January, like late, mid to late January, somewhere around there. But either way, it's too late because they've released it.
I
So
guess
they're going to be stuck with that for the first year at least.
at least.
Yeah. Which, I mean, dude, it's a circle.
It's a circle that got cut into pizza slices and then kind of spread out a bit.
Yeah. Dude, it's the fucking logo that the crash test dummies have in the stupid commercials.
That is true. So like, I don't. I guess I wish their PR people would explain why that's the logo, because maybe we're missing something, but it looks bad.
As long as the explanation that they give is better than the panel in Minnesota trying to get us to say Rucker. Because Midnight was the only person that said Rucker and everybody else just laughed.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay, moving on here. COD Pro Gunless suggests buying DLC in Modern Warfare affects matchmaking. So
Have you heard of this at all?
No, this is actually my first time hearing this. So
Neither have I. That's why
Well-
this was interesting to me.
okay,
So if that's the case, I'm buying all of the shit.
he suggested that purchasing in-game content could lead players to easier lobbies, adding in the speculation MTX-based matchmaking, which I've heard of MTX-based matchmaking before, where they intentionally throw you with a bunch of really good players, let you lose a bunch, and then the whole theory is that then they will recommend their loadouts to you, and you'll be able to...
No. The MTX is an abbreviation for microtransaction matchmaking, meaning that you're going to get put in matches as opposed to your skill ranking, like because there's supposed to be skill-based matchmaking within COD,
Yes.
which and how they determine that is like as you play, you get what is called an MMR rating, which is your matchmaking multiplayer ranking. So it gives you a number based on your skill, basically, and the higher your number, the better the game considers you. So they will put you in games with players that have a similar number to you. But what Gunless is saying is that if you buy the DLC, you are like the game is prioritizing, or the devs or whoever is prioritizing the microtransaction matchmaking, which is that MTX abbreviation, meaning you're going to get thrown into games with people who bought the stuff. Because when you buy stuff, I mean, his speculation is that it lowers your MMR down from where you actually are, which I don't know if I buy that. I think it's more of a thing of they want you to be matched up with other people that have the new stuff, that bought stuff too.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking at all.
Yeah,
I was thinking that if you bought something from the store, they were intentionally putting you with people with a lower rating so that you're happy with your purchase because now you're dominating with your purchase. I thought that's what they were suggesting.
No, Pierce is suggesting that when you buy stuff, it actually lowers your MMR, so you're playing against you're still playing against not as great players that you would normally play against.
But is the focus to play against players at a lower level than you, or players who have also purchased DLC items?
That's where I kind of differ from what Gunless is suggesting. So Gunless is suggesting that when you buy it, it lowers your MMR, meaning you're going to get easier lobbies, which would make sense to your theory of you're going to get this new stuff and you're going to do well, and it's going to make you feel good. My theory is that the MMR matchmaking, whatever algorithm that would normally put you in with other players who are just as good or around your area, it gets replaced with the MTX matchmaking and puts you in games with people who are also purchasing in-game content.
It also could be a possibility, like, I'm more prone to purchasing stuff as soon as I sign in versus in the middle of a session. So
yeah, because it's rare that the store resets midday. Usually it's like an overnight kind of thing.
Yeah, so I'll check the store at the beginning.
Yeah.
Buy whatever I want if I want it, and then start playing. Well, when you start playing, your rating is still low because it almost kind of refreshes. Because I've definitely gotten to cases where when I log in, the first 2 or 3 matches are pretty easy, and then they start balancing out. So this might just be a case of a coincidence where people are buying stuff at the store as soon as they sign in, and then going into play and thinking that they're getting easier people because they bought something from the store, when really they're just starting their day off, and so the rating system hasn't applied to them yet.
That's possible. But another theory, now we're getting deep into the theory hole.
Yeah.
Another thing could be that when our entire friends group is playing, our individual MMR ratings would be very different.
I would agree.
So when we're playing together, because we're partied, it's going to try to match us. It's got to try to match us accordingly. So does the algorithm find the average of our team and go with that number?
It may or may not.
Or does it just go to whatever? Like, does it find people that are near mine? Does it find people that are near Brandon's? Does it find, how does they figure who to match us against?
Yeah, it could either be an average of the party, or it could be based on the host.
Or yeah, it could be the host. Because there's definitely been times where we've been matched against a party of kids who can't count to 10, where I can literally 360 no scope the whole time and not die. And then the next match we're against literally the Huntsman. And I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this guy already has a golden M4, man.
Dude,
He's a
it'd be
different
very
gun.
interesting to test that theory of like having
Changing hosts and stuff.
yeah, like having one night where I host, because I probably will have a lower rating than you or Brandon. See how that works, and then
Well, I
have
don't know about Brandon. Definitely me though. I'm a nerd.
you
I'm
and
a
Brandon.
literal nerd.
I think Brandon would just have a higher rating just because he plays more than me, and he is better than me.
Yeah, maybe.
So I would have one session where I'm hosting, one session when you're hosting, and then have one where Brandon's hosting, and see if we have like see if you two have a very similar experience, and see if I have a very different experience. Like if I'm hosting and we end up getting 3 matches in a row where we're playing a bunch of scrubs, and then it might be interesting. And then if we have you host and we get just a bunch of sweats, then yeah, it might be host based.
You guys can just blame me.
Well, then, but if that's the case, that might
we have a new strategy.
Then there's the new strategy of just like who's been playing the least, you let them host, and then you basically dominate because that person's got a way lower rating.
Did you host majority of it yesterday?
I pretty much hosted the first 2 or 3 hours for sure.
Which I felt was fun. Like, it definitely got sweaty later at night, but it could have been because we were winning.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what happens when, like, if it's just a set number. When you win, you go up a little bit, or when you lose, you go down a little bit, or if it's based on the other numbers too.
I know Marcel and Wildcat have talked about it a little bit too, where they'll say you technically will, like, your first 3 matches that you sign in are gonna be like the ones where you get to do your styles and your tricks. But then after that, the algorithm kicks in and you start competing against people at your level. So that might be the case. Because I know they've acknowledged it before on videos that that's the pattern that they've noticed. Is like
the
after
first few matches are easy.
Yeah.
Could be. I mean, I definitely noticed that, I don't really need to warm up because it seems like the first few matches I'm like on fire. But I guess it might not be the case that I'm on fire, and it might just be the fact that I'm playing against little Timmy and his split-screening dad.
Yeah, I mean, it very well could be. I would like, that'd be interesting to test that theory. See if skill level
host matters.
If host matters. That's something we could definitely try to make a video off that and just like see what happens. But so when it comes to gunless, I would agree that it does make sense that when you buy something from the DLC store, they want you to be happy with your product so that you buy more. So the idea of them putting you with people who aren't as good as the game after you buy something makes sense to me. And they've rumored about making trademarks for that exact software. That's been reported on the news before. So it's very possible that they do that.
It wouldn't completely shock me. I mean, we've seen Call of Duty do some pretty shady things in the past anyway, so.
Yeah, and I think it might have been Epic that was trying to get that copyright or get that trademark, I mean. But
I don't know. I have not seen the article or whatever that you were referring to.
Yeah, no, it was some news video that I watched years ago. But anyways, still talking about the store here, we have that one article here related to the store and the Huntsman. Do you know what this one's about?
The Huntsman.
Is it just about the Huntsman?
No, scroll down. Oh, you're saying the bundle, the Huntsman?
No, there was a rumor here about oh, sorry, this is the same article about the
That's just
NTX.
the clip. Yeah, that's just a clip from Scum Stream of Pierce saying that.
Okay.
You had to scroll down a little bit. The next bolded title,
Modern Warfare players demand significant change to in-game store. So it says here.
I
Go ahead.
briefly read through it, and what people are mad at is, you know how there's the in-game bundles, like the store bundles, like the Huntsman bundle, the Nikito bundle or Nikto bundle, and it gives you like his quip, his skin, and like all those other like things. People are saying, or people are a little bit upset that COD is forcing them to buy the full pack when they don't want every piece within that bundle. they want the ability to individually purchase the either the skin or the calling card or the taunt or whatever, like the quip where he's like, "Hey, my name's Timmy," and then kills, like those stupid things.
Yeah, I definitely have felt like that but that might just be on them when it comes to their marketing. Like if they see that people aren't buying the bundles and that they see on Twitter people going like, I don't want to buy the bundle because I don't want all this other shit with it. I just want to buy those things individually. Then I think as long as we express that, they might change how they market things. Because I agree. I've gone through those bundles and been like, well, I like
90% of this is bad.
I like that operator, but I don't need the calling card. I don't need the keychain. I don't like the emblem. I just want that operator character.
100%.
So
I
mean,
I agree. I see both sides. I see the game side of like, they put it in a bundle because they know, like, they're trying to shop you the crappier stuff too.
yes.
They're not stupid. They're trying to like, when people are like, "Oh, there's no in-game stuff," they can be like, "Well, actually, we've had 250 individual in-game content drops, and some of those are like the spray painting things, which you can't even utilize in the game. They're so stupid."
Yeah, and again, they're not
like spray
easily.
paint?
Yeah, they're not easily usable.
No, it's not fluid enough. It's not like the emotes in Fortnite or anything like that. So like nobody does that shit.
That's my thing, dude. It's like, how are these companies not mimicking what Fortnite does? Fortnite sells all their items individually and makes them all desirable. If you're making, I'm sorry, but if you're making emblems and calling cards that people aren't buying, then maybe pay attention to what people are buying and make more of those. You can't just be you can't just be like, oh well, we gotta bundle all this crap into a pile and then try to sell it. Like people don't want shit, whether you put it in a basket or give it to us straight on a plate. Like
at the end of the day, shit is shit, dude.
Yeah.
People don't like shit.
Nobody wants it.
No,
And,
100%.
Why Fortnite is able to sell their stuff individually is because everything that they make looks cool, looks interesting. And I don't know if you need to get some 20-year-old marketing guy to help you make your items more hip, but maybe the guy who's in his late 50s running the creative portion of running your Activision creative team, maybe let him go and buy out the guy who's working for Epic right now, because every emblem that you see or every wingsuit or every costume or every backpack you see on Fortnite, it's all desirable. They all look cool. They all interest someone.
Yeah, 100%. Well, it comes down to like themes. So like they'll have the pirate theme, and there's like certain like items that would be associated with pirates, and they have one for like each individual. Like there's one back bling, there's one costume, there's a dance. Like so if you wanted to go and pretend to be like a full pirate, you can.
Yeah.
Or if you want to mix and match and be that weirdo who wears like one of everything, which I kind of like to do,
you can
do that too, and it looks weird, and it's always unique. Whereas like the problem with COD is they shop this stuff to you, but what ends up happening is if something looks cool, everybody has it, because everybody wants this stuff that looks cool.
Yeah.
So like, it's just like even the skins from last year, Black Ops 4, there was a couple that were like really cool. But then guess what? You can only have one ruin in a game. And if every ruin or every player in the game bought the ruin with the Thor helmet like I did, you can only have one ruin on the team.
Yeah.
So the problem is, like, I don't know if the problem is the fact that they're individually selling, or if the problem is that like a lot of their shit just isn't cool.
And I think a lot of the reason why it isn't cool is because Call of Duty is at a creative limitation where they want to make it all military themed, despite.
Yes, accurate.
Yeah. So like with Fortnite, it's like we're gonna make whatever we want because we're Fortnite. We'll do whatever we want. Call of Duty wants to be the realistic shooter for war, so they have all these wolf emblems and bullet emblems, and it's like, dude, your emblems, I could probably look them up in the past 10-20 years of Call of Duty's career, and you probably have already used these assets because they all look so much the same.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, the
And,
same
like-
thing with camos. Like people are like, I want cool camos, but like, unless you're gonna do what like Black Ops 4 did with like the reactive ones that like change when you get kills with them and stuff, what else can you do besides change the paint scheme on certain patterns? Like the certain patterns already exist for a reason.
Yeah, and it's been, and yeah, the one including so yeah, for the skins or the camos that you don't have to buy, they've always been the same. It's always been the same series of tiger stripes. It's always been the same series of
Regular camo,
regular
like whatever it's
camo,
called.
or the lizard
Digital.
skin or dragon camo.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, having like more unique looking camos, like something that's like ultraviolet or glows.
Well, the Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
The Black Ops 4 like DLC or in-game content reactive camos where like you would get kills and like the grenade, like I had the one with like the neon grenades on it, and I would get a kill and like the grenades would change color. Like that was dope.
Yeah, I think they just
Those are
need
really
to
cool.
they need to give up on this idea of trying to make a realistic shooter and trying to live in this world and start living in the video game world and like start actually like really going off the rails and having these crazy ideas for skins and different blueprints for these guns, because eventually the gun just looks like a gun. I don't care if you make
Yeah.
it black. I don't care if you make the handle leather. I don't care if you put a little golden tint on the barrel. They all start looking the same. You need to make them like uniquely different.
One of the problems is that Black Ops 3, like I mean Treyarch's they're not scared to move the needle in the direction they think it needs to go. They are not scared to take big leaps. And in Black Ops 3, they introduced all those like crazy skins for the operators, and one of the things that a lot of people were complaining about was the fact that Call of Duty went from this like intense, like basically felt like war kind of vibe to now the soldiers at the end of these multiplayer maps are bright pink and all this stuff, and that was not making a lot of people happy. But for me, I think the problem with that was just we were in the middle of the jetpack era, and a lot of people just weren't happy with that because, like, I mean, you can feel the difference between casual and sweaty now in COD.
Yeah.
In the jetpack CODs, dude, casual to sweaty was like different planets of like what the players were able to do. So I think people were more mad that the skill gap in the fucking jetpack games was so much bigger.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
But I do think that Call of Duty I think Call of Duty needs to take itself a little bit seriously, but not as seriously as they take themselves.
I mean,
And,
take yourself seriously in that keep updating your game, keep producing new content for your game, but don't think that you're a World War simulator. Be beyond that. Be above that.
Like that's what I mean. Like they take themselves seriously as like a war genre as opposed to a video game.
Yeah, like Fortnite is not a battle royale anymore. It's like its own community. It's a culture.
Yeah, it's literally like a pop culture thing.
Yeah,
Is it Fortnite?
it's beyond a battle royale. So you have to stop thinking if they're like the big top leagues in Activision have to stop thinking about Call of Duty as just a shooter. It's got to be bigger than that. It's got to be a brand. It's got to be, and if it's just they're just kicking themselves in the dirt by restricting themselves with these realistic expectations
100%.
of their game.
Well, because like you're going back to your point you made right at the beginning, the fact that like it limits you. Like there's how many iterations of fucking AR can you get?
Yeah.
How much cooler can you make it look? Like they released some like some of the variant or blueprints that make the gun look a little different. How crazy can you really get with those? With before the game looks, or not the game, but like before your serious game becomes not serious anymore. Like you put spikes on the gun and shit. Like then people are gonna be like, "Oh, this is stupid. Doesn't look real." And there's gonna be the video game people who are like, "This is awesome, dude. My gun has spikes on it."
Yeah. All right. I think we said what we had to say. Basically, anybody listening, when it comes to the store, you basically just have to respond with your wallet. If you don't want to buy the bundles, don't buy the bundles, and express that on Twitter. Like,
Oh,
hey,
that's exactly it. At the end of the day, it's a buyer's choice. Like if you don't think the bundle is worth it, man, don't buy the bundle for one thing.
yeah, I agree.
Like the first thing that's going to get the devs to change their mind is when they realize that nothing is selling.
Yeah, they respond pretty fast to money.
Yeah, exactly. When you're affecting their dollar, that's when they care.
Yeah. Okay. I want to talk about this Reddit post that I tweeted out earlier because this last week because I thought this was hilarious. And like
50 million IQ.
I think, yeah, 50 million IQ, but there's also a little bit of a subject to talk about here because it seems like Activision's website and Call of Duty aren't really on the same page. But let me first talk about this Reddit post. So, a Reddit user by the name of Fav, F-A-A-W, posted, please Activision, patch this ASAP. The visibility is bad as we know, and people with 200 IQ use blank usernames to avoid red name on head. So these people, because you can set your Activision name as your display name in Call of Duty, people are going onto Activision, changing their name to a bunch of just underscores or something, probably just spaces, so that their name is basically invisible. So that when you go and play them in game, their name doesn't pop up.
Nothing.
Which I agree is a problem in the game because people's names are popping up way too easy.
Which I think that's why it's not a problem in the game.
Why is it not a problem?
Because I think in game the red names pop up way too frequently. They should not pop up when you hip fire over a guy. That's
what I'm saying. I'm saying the exact same thing. Is that there's a problem with you with enemies seeing your red dot way too soon or in very shitty places where they shouldn't even be able to see you.
Yes. But that's what I'm saying. So like, I mean, they're just ahead of the game. That's what the game should play like. There should not be like a big name. It should just be like a red dot.
Oh, don't say red dot, dude. You'll trigger Censor.
Yeah, like I think if they even removed the fact that it shows the display name like in mid-fight, like if you need to know what a guy's name is, dude, look at the kill feed after you kill him.
And again, that is, and you know what? In a way, that is very hypocritical of Infinity Ward because you try to take away red dots, but then you make everybody's name freaking bigger than the Hollywood sign. Like you're not fixing the problem. You're just making it another thing annoying.
Dude, you remember that deco shot I hit on Gunrunner yesterday?
Yeah.
I didn't see him. I saw his name. I had no idea where he was. But then his name popped up, so I shot. And it killed him in one bullet.
Yeah, you shot him all the way from half wall and mid.
Yeah, and he was in the spawn.
Yeah.
I didn't know where he was. All I saw was when I scoped it, like I saw him run across, so I scoped in, and then his name, bright big red letters. I was like, oh my, look, pull the trigger.
All right, so yesterday we didn't encounter any blank names, so I don't know if this has been addressed or if this is still at large. This is from like a day ago or 19 hours ago. People are still saying that it works.
200 IQ, dude. All those people are amazing.
But like, yeah. But like, I don't think the problem is people using blanks in their names. I think the problem is the names showing up in the first place.
Yes. So like that's where I'm kind of like, this is kind of like an in between. Yes, it's a problem because it's an unfair advantage over the people that are just playing the game normally with their names exposed and whatever. But I also don't see it as a problem because I personally think that the player name showing up is there. I think there's two things wrong with it. One, I think it's too much. It happens too much. It should not happen when you hip fire. It should only be there when you're like aimed down over top of a person or something like that.
Yeah.
Some form of tweaking needs to be done there. But
And
also, in previous Call of Duties, when the name would pop up, the player's body would be directly centered in the name, and it would be like the name would be perfectly centered over the character's head. What's happening now is that diamond is centered on the head, and the name feeds to the right. So from all of these years of playing Call of Duty and shooting when I see, like if he's on a head glitch and you aim at him, you're not going to see his head as much as you're going to see the name glowing over his head. Because he's on a head glitch and then the game throws this big-ass name in front of your face while you're trying to shoot. So at certain points you can't even see the head, because head glitches in COD are broken. Like the fact that they are what they are, I mean, I don't complain about them because you just start using them. But in order to fight a guy who's like on a nasty head glitch, what would happen is I would see the name pop up, and I know I have to center my shots with the name to hit his head. Now, my brain is auto-centering with the name if I don't see the body right away. So I'm shooting to the right of the guy all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's centered over the diamond, which to me... And then, you know, that might be an old man's perspective who's just fucking angry that they changed shit, but like that shit pissed me off.
But yeah, no, I kind of agree with you there. There's definitely been times where when I'm in a disadvantage, like I've seen Brandon or Dave in like I don't know if it was Gunrunner. What's the one where A is in a hazard room and like B is like in a large room beside it? It's an old COD map.
In a hazard room.
Like they have the snipers in the hazard room shooting, covering A bomb. You spawn in crates, and there's like a courtyard in the middle, and it's just a big building with like a driveway. It's one of the old
hazard room.
Yeah, so when you spawn on defense, you spawn in this big room, B's to your left, A's to your right, and you walk into like a hazard room with a bunch of like yellow hazmat stuff all over the place, and then you snipe across the guys that are at crates. And then the whole left side of the map is just a big building that people fight in, where it's got bathrooms, it's got a courtyard, it's got like a...
My mind is drawing a blank.
You gotta help me here, dude.
Can you help me with the game?
This would have been COD 4.
Remastered?
Yeah, it's in the game right now. We played it yesterday.
Oh, Vacant.
Vacant, thank you. We're like in Vacant, I think it was like Brandon was like in a 1-on-3 scenario. He was hiding in bathrooms, and like guy ran by him, and then Brandon's name popped up, and immediately he got called out.
Yeah.
Where like, wasn't it in previous versions of the game too? If you're crouched, your name doesn't show up.
No, there's perks that prevent your red name from showing up.
I think that should be.
It would only trigger if you stared at the guy for a long time. Like you had to, like the game recognized that you knew he was there.
Yeah.
Whereas like now, dude, you could just like shoulder peek a corner and you'll see a guy's red name if he's anywhere in your FOV.
Well, I'm pretty sure names for me have shown up when I'm not even really looking at them. Like if they're like, if they're like in the corner of my eye and I'm running past a room, I see a red flash. I know it's a person's username.
Mm-hmm.
So like
there should,
yeah. So I don't know. Like ultimately, I'm on the same page as you. Just take it off, take it out of the game. Don't let people see usernames.
Yeah. Just put a red triangle above their head.
If you want to put a little red diamond over their head, sure. But we don't need these huge red usernames just signaling people where they are. Especially if you're trying to make a more strategic COD where you're removing red dots off maps and stuff like that. You want to be consistent throughout the game, and that'd be the best way to be consistent.
It
Otherwise-
also adds to like toxicity because I mean I've done it and I've noticed it happen to me where like my name gets hunted or like I hunt a specific player in rounds of S&D.
That definitely
And
happens.
I'll straight up say it. I'll be like, "Yo, we need to kill this guy. If we
Yeah.
kill this guy, it's easy." And I'm sure it happened. Like, or not, I'm sure I know what's happened against me because like I've been playing it, or I've played against parties in public matches where the minute I kill one guy, I could be nowhere near anything important, dude, and then all of a sudden, there's like everything's coming at me, and I'm like, what the? But it's probably because I like I shot a body in the previous round, and they remember my name, and it is what it is. But yeah.
I mean, in all honesty, we all know Janitor is the most notorious for shooting bodies. So
the toxicity. The one thing I will say that this COD has brought back is that classic Call of Duty toxicity, and I love it.
Yeah, it's that I don't play. I still don't play with like the public party open or public chat open, just because I don't trust
shit.
people. But if
Yeah,
I do
100%.
if I do go towards more of like a YouTube direction, then maybe I'll do it. Just because if they do say something, I could bleep it. It's just when I'm streaming, I can't trust them because you never know when some crazy
100%.
16-year-old feels like dropping the N-word at any second, and then
Yeah.
you get
It's
banned
happened.
for it because they say it. So, but if I start just doing YouTube, then yeah, I'll keep it open because yeah, I do love those old like Modern Warfare 2 videos of people just talking shit in the
Oh, dude, I was
in the
born
lobby.
in those lobbies. I was born in them.
But yeah, dude, we're almost at the hour mark here, or at least probably past it because I did start the watch a little bit late. So I'm thinking what we could do is finish the podcast off here, and then we'll do a separate video of us just talking about the past decade because we're about to hit 2020.
Yeah.
And so, Brian, please, because people can't hardly hear you. So when you scream like that, they're gonna hear like a, like it's not gonna make any sense.
That's pissed.
But yeah, we'll talk about the best game of 2020 or the best game of the last decade, and then maybe the best Call of Duty of the last decade, and that could be its own.
We'll wrap up the 2010s in a video or something.
Yeah, a little extra video for you guys. But for now, this is going to be the end of the podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, and hope you guys are having fantastic holidays. I know it's winding down for some of us here, but try and enjoy it the best you can. Play Call of Duty. I know we're having a good time and grinding out levels. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Random Nades Pod, where I'll be announcing when videos get put up, and I got a couple videos for Instagram and Twitter just on the roll of just like some 1 minute conversations that me and Trenton had from the last podcast, the guitar.
Oh, the last podcast. Oh, no.
But yeah, tune in for that. But for now, we're going to close it here. So thank you so much for stopping by. This is.
Are you ready for this audio nade, dude?
Yeah, this is gonna be weird. How you gonna you're gonna have to really audio this nade here.
Oh, Matt, I got it, dude. Are you ready?
All right, throw that nade, Trent. All right, have a good night. Thanks.
Penis.